Okay, so kind of a big message. I was putting together a cat tree the last like 40 minutes and someone, a being, stopped by and okay, we went into a conversation. So I'm going to give you some clues about things that might help. This, if anybody wants to know, from time to time I have a conversation with Lcifer. Yep. Stops by to kind of check in and thankfully give some clues about things. So the discussion that we just had was regarding the Mtrix. Sorry, I'm trying to be careful, bear with me. May have to go into charades at some point, we'll see. So the conversation that was had, you know, with no invitation by myself, sorry, don't be offended. Like, I'm just trying to put together a cat tree. Really, can I just, no. But it's very important information. So, how the discussion went was that this is a game, very much like a video game. And he said to me, well, which, you know, he and they are enjoying immensely at my shenanigans because how I get pissed or aggravated or the silly shit that goes on. We're quite enjoying you. Really, really. I'm glad somebody's having a good time. So, here's the thing. Said it like a video game, and you treat it that way. Sorry, I'm a mess. I haven't even, yeah, I haven't had a brush this morning, so just bear with me. It's like a video game. So think of it in terms of that. So in a video game, you have to do what? You have to get through levels, right? You have to essentially beat the game. How do you beat the game? Well, we were discussing that, and he said, well, I said, because you have to off characters in a video game. And he's like, no, that's not what I mean. Those characters are your fears. And I said, that's interesting, because this life is a culmination of all past lives. So you are addressing everything. That's why this one's so intense. Now, we are in a weird zone right now, but listen, hear how I'm saying this, please. Because it's the instructions, how to, you know. So, you know, in a typical video game, you have to go through and, you know, get through anything in your way. Well, those are your fears. And you address those. Now, the key to it is, he said you cannot react to that stuff. Like the fears, the upset, the triggers, the distractions, and there's all kinds of distractions thrown in, right? Just like a video game. All kinds of challenges, shit like that. And he said you can't have any emotion. Like, he told me you can't get mad at it. I said, so you're going to intentionally try to piss me off all the time and I can't get mad? And he said, no, you can't. He said, oh, you can get mad. You can get mad at other stuff, but you just can't get mad at that. And I said, well, how do I know the difference, like, distinctly? And he said, because it'll feel like a game. Like something is fucking with you. So you would do it just like you would do in a game, but you're offing your fears by facing them, addressing them, alchemizing them, journaling them. However you alchemize, take them into a meditation. Now, the key, this is one of the big keys too. He said, I said, well, that's not fair, because in any game, we're given instructions before you start the game. And he said, you all were. And he said, before you started this game, it was in your contract, your soul contract, all the instructions. And I said, well, how do we access those instructions? And he said, you know how to access them. You do it all the time. You meditate. You meditate. You quiet all this down. And higher self, connected to source. What do I always say? You connect with your higher self, you connect with source. There's a strategy, the blueprint, your gifts, your path, all the information's there. He's like, you do it all the time. And I said, what if people don't know that? He said, well, it's in their contract. They agreed to all this before they came here. Hello. He said, they know. They know. They just choose not to. He said, there's information literally everywhere. Everywhere. How to access that information. It's everywhere. They don't want to see it. They call it woo-woo. They call it, because they're listening to things that are not up there, but they're listening to distractions. They're not asking the questions. He said their spirit team, that's what their spirit team is for. That's what it's being shown. It's been shown to them 1,000 times. They just won't look at it because it's easier to live in the physical world instead of the organic, natural world. It's like you got to get out of there. And I said, well, okay, again, how? He said, you have to face your fears. Like you're checking them off. You have to get through each level. He said you're going through testing, like me, as in us. Testing, initiations. You got to get through it to get out, like to win the game. He said the problem is that people get stuck on their fears. Like, also, he said what keeps people here is attachment to things they love. Like they'll say, I won't leave without you. He also brought up numbers. Well, the attachment thing, you have to, like in Buddhism, I have gone over this many times here, healthy detachment, and with my clients, healthy detachment. No strongholds that will make you stuck. You never lose anything. And you have to know that. If you know that, and you understand that you can handle anything that comes your way, that creates a level up. Then he talked about the numbers. He said, when you see the numbers, the 4 1s or the 2s, the 3s, etc. When you see the numbers, those are clues. Before you came here, you left yourself clues. Street names, family names, job names, there's clues everywhere, symbols, signs, to let you know when you're on the right path. That's why people say numbers are a confirmation. Numbers are messages. Now, he said, look at the literal, if you see 1s, they're kind of activation codes, but they're more confirmations. Like the 1s are, you're, starting something new, like you're beginning, let's go. Or like the 2s are partner up, it's partnerships. The 3s are the Trinity. It's also the number of Christ. So it's like having with you. 4s are foundation, like your money, your home, it's also the hips. It's, this is your foundation. 5s are change. So a 555. So the more of the numbers you see, the more intense the message. So the 6s would be you're thinking too materially. You're not connected spiritually. You need to think more, you're a little too physical world. 7s are the number of God. So 777 is the number of God and also confirmation of you're okay where you're going. The 8s are infinity. Also that 888 is the number of abundance, like really good infinite abundance. That's a big one. So 9s are completion of a cycle. So 10 is the end and beginning. So he said, you guys have clues about your alignment all the time. And if you feel terrible, you're going down the wrong path, or you have to face that block or that fear. There's a fear there. That's what blocks are, they're fears. One of the main keys to it is you have to know you can do it. You have to know. That pulls you out of being stuck. And sometimes you have to grit your teeth and force your way through. So you're facing it all. You want to, hi. Hello, you have the universe in your eyes. Right, quite literally, because they're all, very special beings. Anyway, so these are the keys. These are the keys. Whatever you're going through right now, look around and see what's blocking you. See what the patterns are. See what you're doing to contribute to self-sabotage or giving up or that type of stuff. So don't respond to it, okay? The stuff that, don't get mad at it. Don't have an emotional whatever to it. Try to be neutral. Try to go into neutral. And release the blocks, release them. If you don't have the challenges in your contract, in your path, if you don't have those challenges, if you dissolve them, alchemize them, face them, release them, it's all past lives. Everything you've ever been through, you're facing it all right now. So you face it and look at it like it's not even real. It's not even real. So don't give it power, okay? He said when you guys get emotionally charged, you give it power and you make more of it happen. So meditation is the key. Get to your strategy, okay? Understand how the game works. So I'll leave you with that. Love you. It's a big one.